So as some of you might know already, I recently added 4 new pigeons to the flock a couple of weeks ago. We have Soren, and we have Athene is up here, Laurel's right here, and that's Otis. Otis is the one I originally thought was a boy, and I thought this was a girl, but that is the boy. Anyway, these two were paired up when I first got them, but a couple, I guess, hours after I added them in, she decided that he was really, he was really something. So they paired up, and now he's all alone. These two have been paired up since they came here, and she is on eggs that are due to hatch on the 18th of February. I'll be sure to do a video about that. Once you pair these guys up, you should expect eggs within 7 or so days. It won't ever be less than 7 days normally, but he looks really mean. Well, he is mean to me because now he's decided that I am a competitor. I'm trying to steal his wife. I'm not. He's forgotten who he is, my baby boy. But anyway, she has been driven into this nest by his sheer aggression, and that is important for pigeon reproduction. It is important that he prove himself to her. He has to prove that he is strong enough to defend a nest from other boys and from predators, and he can certainly do that. If it isn't obvious, that's probably why he got a lady so fast. Anyway, aggression is normal in pigeon society. Being mean is normal. If you see him actually injuring her, then you might want to take action and separate them. But as long as he's not injuring her to the point she is, like, has open wounds, then they'll probably be okay. He wants her to stay in her little nest box, in her nest bowl, and that will trigger her to lay. See, he'll just start biting at her, and she'll nod her head, and that is a good sign, and twitch her wings sometimes. And in the next couple days or so, I expect her to be laying eggs, and I've already put some straw down, but I need to go get some more. And then I'm going to get some calcium grit ready and show you guys how I prepare all the breeding supplies. I wanted to talk about 3 things that I think are really, really important for a breeding hen when you are planning to breed. First off would be calcium, which hens need to form eggshells, and it's very important to preventing soft-shelled eggs and egg binding. So I have this, which is a fast absorption calcium powder, and I'll add about a teaspoon of that into their grit. I have this, which is oyster shell, and this, which is red grit. Red grit, I got this from my local feed store. You can order this online. This is very important at all times of the year, even if you're not breeding. This is almost as important as just good food is for pigeons. It has all the nutrients they need that they don't get from seeds, including iron and salts and stuff like that. So I'm going to mix some of this into here and add about a teaspoon of this. So this is the food I am currently using this breeding season. I am using a racing pigeon blend that I got from my local feed store. It has popcorn in it, millet, maple peas, and I think these are soybeans, roasted soybeans, and wheat. This is a conditioning blend, so it has a lot of protein in it and fat, which is very important for breeding season. However, to up the levels of iron and calcium in it, I add lentils, which are very high in calcium and iron and potassium. I just get this from my local grocery store. And finally, I get a big bag of safflower seeds, which is normally just sold as wild bird seed. This is super high in fat, and when the adults are feeding babies, they will not be able to get enough of this. It's super good for them. Pigeons need a lot of fat to produce pigeon milk, which is why I like to increase fat levels during breeding season. And as you can see, she's got herself a nest built. And it's really just a shallow bowl in the nest box. Hens usually lay their eggs towards sunset, so I expect her to lay her eggs sometime today. She'll lay her first egg around, I'd say, 7 o'clock. And then the next egg around 7 the next day. So Otis just laid her first egg around 5 p.m. She will lay her next egg in about 40 hours. And I want to show y'all what I do to track. So now that she has laid her first egg, I'm going to add it to this app where I keep track of all the eggs that have been laid in my loft. And this app will give me notifications about when it is due to hatch and stuff like that, and when to candle. I usually candle on the 4th day of incubation. So these two right here, I add the first 2 letters of the pair's name, and usually I put a 1 next to the first egg and a 2 next to the second egg. So as you can see, these two are due around the 18th of February. Those are Laurel's eggs and Soren's eggs. But I'm going to add Otis's eggs now. So Myrtle and Otis. And I'm going to go to custom egg type and select 18 days. That is how long it takes to incubate a pigeon egg on average. it could take from 17 to 19 days. And that is what I'm going to do for the other egg as soon as it is laid.